Once upon a time, in a quiet cottage wrapped in soft willow trees and silver moonlight, there lived a gentle little girl named Blending. Every evening, after her warm milk and her whispered prayers, Blending's mother would tuck the blankets around her and say, "Sleep well, my darling. The angels are watching." Blending would smile, close her eyes, and let the day's worries float away like dandelion seeds on the breeze. One very special night, when the moon hung like a glowing pearl and the crickets sang their softest lullaby, something magical happened. A warm golden light drifted through the window and swirled above Blending's bed. It slowly formed the shape of a beautiful key, long and graceful, carved with tiny stars, open wings and blooming lotuses. A kind voice, soft as rose petals, whispered, "This, dear Blending, is the Wonder Eye. It is the spiritual keys that unlock every treasure hidden inside your soul. Hold it gently, and your journey begins." Blending felt no fear, only a deep, happy tingle in her fingers. She reached out and took the key. The moment it touched her palm, her bed turned into a fluffy white cloud, and she floated upward through the open window into the star-filled sky. Below her, the whole world looked like a patchwork quilt of sleepy fields and twinkling villages. Blending giggled with pure delight. Her cloud drifted down into a vast glowing meadow, where every blade of grass felt like velvet, and every flower glowed with its own soft light. Tiny butterflies with wings like stained glass windows danced around her, leaving trails of sparkles that smelled like fresh strawberries. Suddenly the flowers parted, and out stepped the angels, radiant beings in flowing robes of white and gold, their wings shimmering with every color of the rainbow. Whose hair shone like moonlight on water, knelt beside Blending and smiled. "We bring you your spiritual affirmation, little one. Listen and repeat after us, for these words are your armor and your song." Together, the angels sang in voices like silver bells. "I am loved beyond measure. I am guided by light. My heart is open to all that is good. I trust in the divine plan. I am brave. I am kind. I am exactly as I am meant to be." Blending repeated every line. With each word, a warm golden light filled her chest, pushing away every tiny worry she had ever carried. The angels clapped their hands with joy. "These affirmations are gifts from heaven," they said. "Speak them whenever you feel small, and we will be right beside you." As the last note of the song faded, the golden light from the Wonder Eye key began to swirl faster and faster around. Blending, she felt herself gently lifting, her ordinary clothes dissolving into shimmering light. In that magical moment, blending transformed into the most beautiful glowing being. Exactly like the radiant fairy flower girl from the deepest dreams of wonder. Her hair became long, flowing waves of every color of the rainbow, with a perfect red rose blooming right on top of her head like a crown of love. Her eyes grew large and sparkling, the color of fresh spring leaves kissed by starlight, full of the third eye's sacred vision. A dress of delicate, glowing flower petals in shades of rose, ruby, and emerald wrapped around her, and from her back unfolded the most exquisite translucent wings that shimmered with every color of the rainbow. Most magical of all, from her feet grew beautiful, glowing roots that gently sank into the soft earth, connecting her to the deep wisdom of the ground, while her spirit danced freely with the stars above. Golden sparkles and tiny fireflies swirled around her in joyful circles, and a soft rainbow aura pulsed from her heart. Blending looked down at herself and laughed with pure delight. She had become the living wonder eye, the perfect spiritual keys made visible. Hand in hand with her new angel friends, the glowing blending walked along a path made of glowing pebbles that sang tiny melodies under her roots. The path led through an archway of soft clouds and rainbows into a place so beautiful it took her breath away. This was the heavenly garden. Crystal fountains sang, harps played by invisible hands filled the air with gentle music, and every tree bore fruit that glowed like tiny suns. In the very center, sitting on a throne woven from beams of sunlight, was Jesus. His eyes were kind and deep, like the calm sea at dawn, and a gentle light surrounded him. Like a warm blanket, he opened his arms wide. "Come here, little blending," he said in a voice that felt like the safest hug in the whole world. "I am your heavenly friend. Sit with me and hear stories of love that never ends." The glowing fairy flower girl climbed onto his lap. Jesus told her the story of the lost lamb that the good shepherd carried home on his shoulders, and how every single child is the most precious treasure in all of heaven. He placed his hand gently on her forehead, right between her sparkling eyes, and a wave of perfect peace flowed through her like warm honey. "I am with you always," he promised, "even when you cannot see me. Just whisper my name and I will come." While they sat together, the sky above opened like a flower, and a shower of golden sparkles rained down. Thousands of tiny, glowing blessings. The angels laughed with delight. "These are God blessings from God Himself," they cried. "God sends them to every heart that seeks Him. Blessings of strong bodies and clear minds. Blessings of loving families and true friends. Blessings of courage when you feel afraid. And blessings of quiet joy that stays even on rainy days. Blending opened her arms wide, the golden sparkles sank into her glowing petals and settled in her heart like warm stars. She felt fuller and lighter at the same time, as if every good thing she could ever need was already inside her. With her third eye now fully open, the whole meadow looked completely different, more alive, more magical, more full of love. She could see tiny glowing spirits dancing inside every flower. She could see silver threads of light connecting every person, every tree, every bird and every star. She could see the past and the future all at once, like pages in a beautiful book. This, the angel said softly, is the wonder, the sacred mystery of life itself. God's hand weaves everything together in perfect harmony. Your third eye lets you see that mystery whenever you are still and full of love. Blending's heart felt so big, she thought it might burst with happiness. New ideas began to bubble up inside her like sparkling water. Now use your imagination, the angels encouraged, for imagination is the doorway to creativity, the divine spark God placed inside you so you can help make the world more beautiful. The glowing blending closed her sparkling eyes and imagined a sparkling rainbow bridge stretching across a wide river of stars. The moment she finished the picture in her mind, a real rainbow bridge appeared under her roots. She imagined a garden where every sad flower turned into a smiling face, and suddenly the meadow bloomed with happy daffodils that sang thank you songs. She imagined a flock of glowing birds carrying messages of hope to children all over the world, and the birds took flight at once, leaving trails of golden light behind them. Each time she created something, blending felt more alive, more joyful, more like the person she was always meant to be. Creativity is how we say thank you to God. The angels told her every picture you draw, every song you sing, every kind word you speak is a prayer of thanks. At last, the path brought them to a small wooden chest, half buried in the soft earth, its lock shaped like a tiny eye. Blending's wonder eye key fit perfectly. With a gentle click, the chest opened, and inside lay a heart-shaped gem that pulsed with the same golden light as the blessings you have received. A very special gift, the angels said together. This is the blessing of inner peace and clear purpose. Carry it in your heart always, and you will never feel lost again. The final part of the path ended at a tall, beautiful door carved with symbols of keys, eyes, wings, and open hands. It glowed with a soft, welcoming light. Jesus stepped forward and placed his hand on the door. This, he said, is the door of opportunity. Behind it lie all the wonderful chances God has prepared for you. with all your might. Turn the key with faith, blending, and every good door will open for you. The glowing fairy flower girl took a deep breath, placed the Wonder Eye key in the lock, and turned it. The door of opportunity swung open without a sound. On the other side she saw the most wonderful pictures, herself grown tall and strong, painting beautiful pictures that made people cry happy tears, teaching little children about kindness, traveling to faraway places to bring food and smiles to those who needed them, surrounded always by a loving family and true friends. Opportunities for joy, for service, for adventure, and for quiet every day. Miracles stretched out before her like a golden road. Blending turned to thank everyone one last time, the angels for their spiritual affirmation, Jesus for his heavenly love, God for the endless blessings, the mystery revealed by her third eye, the creativity born of her imagination, the blessing she had received, and the opportunity that now waited for her. The angels lifted her gently onto the cloud once more. Remember, they whispered as the cloud rose, the Wonder Eye lives inside you now. Use it every day with love, and we will always be near. The cloud floated back through the starry sky and settled softly onto Blending's bed. The golden key dissolved into a warm glow inside her heart, where it would stay forever. Slowly, the glowing fairy flower form gently faded, and Blending returned to her ordinary self. But the magic remained. She lay back on her pillow, the real moon still shining through her window, and smiled as she remembered exactly how beautiful she had looked with rainbow hair, a red rose crown, sparkling green eyes, glowing wings and roots, connecting her to heaven and earth all at once. She whispered the affirmations one more time, very softly. I am loved beyond measure. I am guided by light. Her ordinary eyes grew heavy, but behind them her third eye glowed with gentle golden light, showing her peaceful pictures of angels, of Jesus smiling, of God's blessings falling like golden rain, and of herself as the radiant fairy flower girl, dancing in the garden of wonder. Her imagination painted soft colors across the darkness, lavender clouds, silver stars, and laughing flowers. She felt the blessing she had received settle deep inside her like a warm, steady heartbeat, and somewhere in the distance she could hear the door of opportunity opening again and again to every beautiful thing God had planned. Blending's breathing grew slower and deeper. The crickets outside sang their lullaby a little softer. The moonbeam angels whispered from far away, dream of the light, you are never alone. And so with the wonder eyes shining softly in her heart, blending drifted into the deepest, sweetest sleep, wrapped in God's love, the angels' songs, Jesus' peace, and the promise of every wonderful opportunity that tomorrow would bring, forever carrying the glowing image of the beautiful fairy flower girl she truly was inside. The end. Sweet dreams, little one. May the wonder eye guide you always, and may you wake tomorrow with a heart full of wonder, creativity, and endless blessings. Good night.